Welcome back to the School of Grogu, where today's lesson might actually traumatize you. Because Star Wars sells itself as a galaxy full of heroes, lightsabers, and cute little aliens. That's the brochure. The truth is different. Beneath all the adventure lie stories that belong in Alien, The Thing, or Dead Space more than in a world full of Jedi. A virus that makes you immortal by killing you first, parasites that take over your body while you're still conscious, and at the very end, something the gods of the Force themselves fled from. 6 lessons, and I promise you, each one is worse than the last. Sit down. Class is in session. Lesson 1. Let's start gently with zombies. Yes, Star Wars actually has zombies. And no, I don't mean stormtroopers missing the same door for the 5th time. In the novel Death Troopers, a prison ship goes dead in the middle of space. No comms, no escape. Luckily, there just happens to be an Imperial Star Destroyer nearby. At least that's what everyone believes. The rescue team boards it, completely abandoned. No crew, no bodies, just silence. Exactly the moment any sane person should say no. They don't. They take something back with them, a virus, Project Blackwing. The idea was simple. The Empire wanted soldiers who would never die, and technically it worked. Nobody just wanted the result. The virus crawls through the victim's veins as a gray liquid. You can literally watch it spread. One soldier feels it climbing up his leg and amputates it on the spot to stop it. Small spoiler, it doesn't work. And now, the part almost nobody knows, Blackwing wasn't an Imperial invention at all. The origins go back thousands of years to a Sith. Of course, to a Sith. He tried to force immortality, failed, died, and became the first victim of his own plague. The Sith's favorite hobby, trying to beat death and creating something far worse. That sounds bad enough. But at least a zombie kills you. The next creature lets you live and takes everything from you anyway. Lesson 2. Congratulations, you're still alive. Unfortunately, that's about to become optional. The Geonosian brain worms, and this time it's even canon, straight from the Clone Wars. On Geonosis, soldiers suddenly go missing and reappear. They look normal, sound normal, walk normal, everything's fine until it isn't. Because these parasites crawl in through the victim's nose and take over. Not your body, not your brain, but you. You're not a zombie, you still exist. You're a prisoner in your own body while the worm decides who you kill. They're controlled by the Geonosian Queen, who builds herself an army of living puppets. She doesn't have to convince anyone, just get one worm into your nose. Their only weakness is extreme cold. Ahsoka cuts the worms in half with her lightsaber the moment they crawl out of the nose. Zombies at least kill you. These things just keep using you. A parasite in your head is bad, but the next creature doesn't need to enter your body at all. It hunts you through empty space, and it already knew you were coming. Lesson 3. Picture this. Your ship goes dead in the middle of space. No comms, no hyperdrive. You wait for help. Minutes, maybe hours. Then you hear a scream, not from inside your ship, from outside, from the vacuum, where nothing should be able to scream. When you make out the shape, it makes no sense. A floating corpse with long white hair and claws staring at you through the glass, but you're safe inside. And then it simply floats through the ship's wall right in front of you. Its face suddenly like yours, only rotted. These are the Star Weirds. They're practically invincible. They use the Force to drain the life out of your body. They phase through walls, and worst of all, they slip into ships racing through hyperspace at light speed. Some suspect the Sith created them because they hate Jedi most of all. A creature that reaches through walls sounds like the Peak. It isn't. Because the next lesson isn't a creature, it's a weapon, and it's worse than death. Lesson 4, the thought bomb. Remember how in the Phantom Menace the Sith were believed extinct? that Maul was the first in 1,000 years. This is why. 1,000 years before the films, there were countless Sith united in the Brotherhood of Darkness, but endless hunger for power made them weak. An apprentice named Bane saw their downfall coming and secretly planted the idea of the thought bomb in their leader's head. In a great battle, nearly all the Sith detonate it and everyone in the blast is torn apart. Jedi and Sith alike, but it doesn't end there, because their souls remain trapped at the detonation site forever, in eternal agony while the bomb keeps ripping them apart. No death, just endless suffering. And the most disturbing part, even 1,000 years later, a Jedi visits the spot and can still feel the trapped one's suffering. That's exactly what cleared Bane's path, the one that eventually led to Palpatine. So far, these were plagues and weapons, things somebody built. The next lesson is about something nobody created and nobody understands. Lesson 5. There's a part of the galaxy almost nobody has mapped, the unknown regions. A mysterious hyperspace disturbance keeps ships away. And my favorite theory for what causes it is this. It looks harmless. A gray ooze. But this ooze finds a host, enters it, and within 24 hours, everything inside the victim is hollowed out. Bones, organs, blood, all replaced by gray ooze. And the most disturbing theory, it isn't a species at all. All of these creatures branch off from a single central mass. It's one single gigantic being that can split itself into countless parts. And it doesn't even come from this dimension. It has turned whole planets into gray wasteland, oceans of ooze, and rings of crashed ships from dead victims circling the planet like the rings of Saturn. What it wants is completely unknown, and that silence is exactly what makes it so terrifying. And before we get to the final lesson, one more student many of you expected, the man who ate entire planets, Darth Nihilus, the Lord of Hunger. He lost his mortal body and exists only as a will inside a mask and a robe. What makes him so terrifying? He drains the life energy out of everything. He could sit aboard a Star Destroyer and drain an entire planet until nothing lived. And because he has no body, he's almost impossible to kill. There are even rumors that anyone who puts on his mask becomes possessed and turns into the Lord of Hunger themselves. But even he is just the warm-up for the final exam, because there's a being the gods of the Force themselves were afraid of, and fear isn't usually on a god's syllabus. Final lesson. Yes, Star Wars has gods, the Celestials, the son for the dark side, the daughter for the light, and the father who keeps them in balance, and even they feared something. Her name is Abeloth. She was once mortal, the mother who kept the son and daughter in check, but she grew old, and fearing that her death would unleash an eternal war between light and dark, she drank from a forbidden pool of the Force. A mortal was never meant to. The power corrupted her completely. She became immortal, godlike, and utterly insane. The Celestials were so shaken they fled the planet and left her behind. She shifts her shape, turns into tentacle-like limbs, and drains the life from Force users. To contain her, the son and daughter sealed her in a prison of black holes. And here's the crucial point. The son and daughter, light and dark, set aside their eternal feud just to lock her away together, because any war between Jedi and Sith was less devastating than what Abeloth could do when she finally escaped. It took Grandmaster Luke Skywalker in his prime, allied with one of the most powerful Sith who ever lived, to stop her. Jedi and Sith working together, that almost never happens. And even afterward, they weren't sure she was truly gone. Abeloth is the embodiment of darkness in Star Wars, and in sheer destructive power, she surpasses even Palpatine by a wide margin, and that concludes today's class. Zombie plagues, parasites, corpses in hyperspace, a bomb that tortures your soul, an ooze from another dimension, and an insane goddess the gods themselves are afraid of. Star Wars isn't just the bright adventure from the films. Beneath the surface, it's one of the creepiest galaxies ever created. Which lesson gave you the most chills? Tell me in the comments. And if you're ready for the next class about the worst places you could ever get stranded in this galaxy, stay in the School of Grogu. Class continues shortly.